So hello everyone and welcome to this week's show for picking an angel card live here to see what we are going to pick and what wisdom we are going to receive. So this is the beautiful card deck that I am going to be pulling from today, and I'm actually going live from our new adventure, our new home in the farmhouse in Portugal, where the sun is shining. We have had a huge amount of rain, pocketed by beautiful moments of sunshine here on the land, and just really exploring what's been happening here over the last few weeks, last sort of 5-6 weeks since we last came here. And it is incredible, the shift and the changes that we are seeing. So I really wanted to go live here, my first live here of what there will be many over the years to come. And if you're not following the story here about how we created and how we manifested this beautiful corner of land on Portugal, near Porto, 40 minutes from Porto, then you can follow us over on Instagram at Quinta de Marecos. .pt. Now the .pt is very important. I will post the handle in the comments when I finish here, but it really has been a truly beautiful experience of how we've created this, and the story is all on Instagram over there, and I'm just so delighted to get so many beautiful messages from people saying that the story that we're telling, that's unfolding, is really inspiring people to know that they can really have their dreams and to really go for things. This has been a dream of mine for 20 years, to move out of London in the UK, which has been my home since I was born. So now giving my age away, but 50 years. And it's been my dream for the last 20 or more years that I will move out of London into the countryside at some point. And I've just held that vision in my heart to create a place for myself that I can call home, that is deeply, deeply connected with nature and the local community. And I had no idea that it would be abroad. For me, it was always going to be somewhere in England. But the fact that it is here, and that we have now 15 acres of beautiful woodland, oak woodland, that used to be a vineyard. And so what we've uncovered in the last few weeks are all the terraces that were old vineyard terraces, and a huge number of retaining walls that have been unearthed that we didn't know were here, that were just covered in overgrowth and brambles, in some places probably 10 foot high, because that's how high the retaining walls are. And what we've uncovered is water everywhere. I don't know if you can hear it on the audio, but we have water flowing just up here. This is an old grain store, which is a traditional grain store that they used to hold grain in from many years ago. At the moment, it's storing wood for our fire, and we're going to restore it and make it look a little bit prettier, because it's leaning a lot to that way, and needs a little bit of tender loving care. But there's water flowing freely out of the land here. There is water flowing freely just to the land here behind me. There are water mines all dotted all over the land. We've found at least 5 or 6 sort of cave caverns where the water is just streaming out through the retaining walls, which are all underground channels that have been irrigated. So like what we're finding here is just incredible. So I really wanted to honor that and mark that today, and to pull a card from this beautiful card deck. So if you're joining me live, then say hi. Let me know where you're joining me from. If you're joining the replay, please type #replay, and let me know what intention you are calling in. What is it that you're calling in? And today I feel that the cards are going to give you some guidance, some wisdom around how you can bring those dreams and those desires closer to you. So this is the card deck that I'm going to be pulling from. I love this card deck, Mystical Shaman Oracle card deck. Really beautiful, beautiful card deck. So I'm going to be pulling a card from here. So just taking a moment, as we always do, to really allow ourselves to just come into the moment, come into the present moment, to connect with what it is you desire. What are you calling in? What are you bringing into your experience? What are you desiring? Now, that doesn't have to be a huge dream. My dream wasn't this. My dream was to move into the countryside, to be part of nature, to feel part of a community. And just today, walking along the lane, people stopped in the car to speak to us. And we don't speak Portuguese, but we had conversations, and they knew who we were, and they welcomed us, and they really wanted to have a conversation with us. And it was a little bit of broken Portuguese, followed by Google Translate, which thank God for that, to be able to have a conversation with people. And we feel so welcomed here, and we don't even speak the language yet. It's something we will learn. So I'm just sitting on the edge of a wall, so I just want to be careful that I don't move. So if I go that way, you can see, like, I'm sitting on the edge of this wall, and there's like a retaining wall that's 20 feet, I would say. I don't want to go over the edge of it for sure. So I'm going to so really, what is your desire? That's what I was saying, is like, what are you calling in? What are you desiring? What is your heart calling you to do? Now, this doesn't have to be, my dream is to have 15 acres of woodland and a farmhouse. Your dream could be which was mine, like simply to feel part of a community, to move somewhere where I feel part of a community and very much connected with nature. And that is what I've held for 20 years. And this is what has come to me. We have to be patient sometimes. Know that we are sowing seeds for our dreams, and we are watering them, if we choose, to get closer to them. So I'm going to pull a card. Oh, this is an interesting card. The lower world. Look at the colours in that. Look at that card. And really interesting, because what I was just talking about was these beautiful underground water caverns, which are channeling water to outlets and streams all across the land. So this really speaks to me. This speaks to me hugely, that the magic is held within the grounds of this land, that has been cultivated, nurtured, loved, grown, tended to bring water, to bring life to this land. And so it's connecting to the earth, connecting to the earth elementals, the energies that have been mystical, magical for hundreds and thousands of years, which are layers and layers and layers of information, wisdom that is held and locked in the land. And how we can connect barefoot, putting our feet on the ground, connecting with the wisdom that is beneath our feet. And so wherever you can, take your shoes and socks off, connect, ground. Grounding is such a huge movement right now. Like, to connect to the ground. The wisdom is there. The wisdom is everywhere. But really, the wisdom is also held within Mother Earth. We feel that we have to go somewhere else. And this is what I work with in the Akashic Records, that the Akashic Records are part of the energetic realms that are out there somewhere. But actually, the wisdom is also held in the ground, in the soil, in the lower world, in the beauty of what is. And so we want to connect to the wisdom that's beneath our feet at the same time, while bringing in wisdom that is held in the Akashic Record, in the energetic films, in the energetic fields, in the energetic realms. And when we marry those two, guess what? Here on earth, our creations skyrocket. Really bring us into creation mode of what action do we need to take? What are we here to create in this realm, between the lower world, oh, don't know which way it goes, and the higher realms, the energetic realms? We're manifesting and creating through both of these beautiful energies, both of these beautiful forces, to be able to create here. Connect with the lower world. Allow yourself to really bring the energies of the lower world to the forefront. And then connect with the energetic realms and bring the two together. The magic and the wisdom is beneath our feet. The water that sustains life is beneath our feet. The underground system that's been here for 10,000 years, thousands and thousands of years, but I think takes 10,000 years to replenish underground sources of water. This is how precious it is. We can't just take water out of the ground without being mindful. So everything here that we do going forward is going to be done with care, with thought, with understanding of how we are working with the underworld, the lower world, and the upper world, and then the upper realms. So I'd love to know how this card also resonates with you, what it brings for you. I mean, look at the magic that's held in that card. There's a window to the upper world from the lower worlds. Bring that magic to the forefront. And I'm just going to get up and I'm just going to show you around a little bit of the land that stretches all the way down here, where this water source courses down to a beautiful wide river that allows us to use the river as well. There is so much there's a beautiful walkway that I think stretches like 60 kilometers from that way to that way, and running along the river, the walkway, 60 kilometers that we can walk with river beaches. So there's sandy beaches, a kilometer one way and a kilometer and a half the other way, that we can walk along the river too. And it's so beautiful. So, hey, Sally, lovely to see you here. Yes, it is beautiful. So, and the sun rises literally right behind us. And then these are some of the terraces that we've uncovered somewhere that way. I can't quite work out. Show you around. So those are some of the terraces. And then it goes up to the top. This is going above the house. This is the house here. I don't know if you can see it. Needs a little bit of work in TLC. It really is very old inside. We have one fire to heat that whole house. It's bloody freezing. It's so exciting. Yes, it is. So these are all the terraces that we've uncovered. I can't figure out which way the camera is. So down here, there's a retaining wall here, and there's a retaining wall here that you can see through the trees. This is what we uncovered. We didn't even know this was here. It was like one big field, and we've discovered there are 2 terraces here. And that wall is 12 feet high, and it runs for about 50 meters and sweeps around. And that's just one. And I think we've found about 7 or 8 going down, so that we didn't know were there. And there's an old ruin that's just down there, and that's going to be where we build and renovate and extend and create a home there for ourselves as well as the farmhouse. So this is what people will be able to come and experience once we've finished all the works in a couple of years, to be here and really truly connect with nature. So little bird's eye view. Yes, the hills over there in the background. So the sunrise is literally just over the crest of that little hill. So we see the sunrise and then it sets over here. So thank you for watching. And yes, let me know how the card resonates with you. And we will see you again very soon. Bye for now.